What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and I'm back with another D&D weekly update. Gonna be a short video overall because there really wasn't a lot of news this week. Um, yeah, I mean, new Unearthed Arcana, but that's kind of par for the course at the moment. New Dragontalk, a couple of game releases, and just some FYI stuff if you're unaware. And then a mini rant-ish about dungeon life and just what it is. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and I want to give my piece on it too. So, stay tuned. Alright, so first up on the list here is Feats for Skills in the Unearthed Arcana. Yeah, I mean, it's a new Unearthed Arcana. It's really good. It's got a lot of brand new feats. There is a feat per skill. There is in D&D 5e. They are all great. They all give you a +1 to the associated stat, proficiency, and or double proficiency, aka expertise, and then a cool little feature. Highly needed. I still am pointing out right here. I called this last week that I thought the next Unearthed Arcana was going to be Feats, and it was. I'm calling for this coming week, tomorrow or today when you're seeing this, April 24th, that the Unearthed Arcana is going to be new items and armor. Maybe not magic, maybe magic, but new equipment. That's what I'm going to call. Don't know if I'm going to be right, but I was last time, so fingers crossed. Alright, so there's a review on the channel if you'd like to see that. This is just more of an FYI, because the D&D folks posted this on their Facebook. This is the Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. These are high quality, not blind boxed minis that you can go ahead and pick up at your local game store. I think also on WizKids.com and probably Amazon. These are, you buy them in a pack, you can see what they are ahead of time, and they are very highly detailed, very crisp figures. You can see the kind of unpainted and the painted renders. Again, those are renders. But you can see there's all manner of things. Bugbear, like things from familiars, which I still have no idea what the hell this thing on the left is supposed to be. What does it say? Familiar imp, familiar firebat. There's not even an option. That's what I don't understand. Like pseudo dragon and imp makes sense. I don't think there's a firebat in 5th edition, especially not listed as a familiar. So, you know, who knows? Maybe that's a future preview, but I don't believe I've seen that. Ghosts, specters, vampires, mind flayers. The big ones is when we get down to the bottom, and they have the classes. Those are the ones you really want. I mean, these are pretty good, but here you go. Dwarven fighter, halfling rogue, female halfling rogue, human sorcerer. These are pretty cool, although I'm not a huge fan of that they're both like crazy dreaded dudes, which is fine, but why did they go with that? Like, you got your human monks. Again, a really cool looking weapon that is not a current existing weapon in the game per... I mean, you could flavor something to be like that, but that's not a type of weapon. Rangers... Drizzt, the human or elf rangers, female elf rangers, barbarians, lady barbarians, wizards, female wizards, the dwarf with a lollipop, and so on. I will also point out, because let's be honest, there are also Pathfinder Paizo minis called Deep Cuts. If I'm being honest, I like a lot of them better, but they are of similar fashion. These really high quality minis, sometimes with transparent like magic effects. I will say, best thing I've read and done is a little bit of clear Mod Podge and food coloring. You can use the 4-pack of food coloring that you get in the store, the red, blue, green, and yellow, to color these. But if you want to spend a little bit more money and get like a fancy baker's kit of different color food colorings, you can use those, and just a tiny bit of that food coloring mixed with the clear Mod Podge. I'm sure it would work if you used paint. I haven't tried it, but I know this works because, you know, food coloring is clear, kind of like translucent. And I've used those to paint the clear magic effects on these new minis, and it comes out very nice and maintains its transparency, so I highly recommend it. You guys may know a better way. This is just what I picked up quick surfing through a D&D crafting forum. Alright, next up. Let's get rid of this out of the way. Dungeon life. What the fuck is dungeon life? I don't know. Maybe it's in their about section and I'm just an idiot. But Dungeon Life is a lifestyle blog. Okay, so I haven't even gone to their website. Let's go there too, just to see. I saw a lot of people talking about this because Dungeon Life only has 3,500 likes and 3,600 follows here, but it came out of nowhere. Like, nobody knew this was coming, knew this was on the horizon, came out of nowhere, and they have access to all, like, their professionally shot videos. They're very well done, and they have access to all of, like, I'm gonna say the big names, like regular interviews with the folks from WotC on the D&D team. They have the entire Penny Arcade Acquisitions Incorporated C team group. I guess they have a Patreon for D&D live content. I didn't even know that. They, like, here talking about Downtime with Mike Merles and Jeremy Crawford. Several videos here with Matt Mercer talking about DM advice and player tips. Who are these people? Where did they come from with this brand new crazy, like, high production quality videos and access to all of these names out of nowhere? Like, there's been talks I've heard, like, it looks like they just started, it came out in February 9th. Is this accurate, or is this website just never been updated? Yeah, okay. So, February 8th and several videos from February 9th on the website. Other than that, there's nothing else here. And then D&D offices. Is this... I don't know if this is true. Maybe it is, and if you guys can enlighten me, that's fine. But from what I've heard, this is, like... It's, like, people are trying to figure it out, and I think it's just a group of people that work for Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons kind of making this. And I'm guessing since it says D&D offices, although it's just, like, close-up picture of dragon claws and then, like, some concept art on the wall for Tales from the Yawning Portal. But the website is barely updated. They do seem to have a Twitch and a YouTube. Let's check this out. Twitch.tv/DungeonLife. How are they doing on Twitch? It's just, like I said, they seemingly came from nowhere and all of a sudden have access to all this stuff. I've read several people talking about the same thing, like, well, who are these people? They've got 9 followers on Twitch. They have a Patreon. Like, I don't even know. Like I said, it just seems weird. How's their Twitter presence? It's 14 followers on Twitter. Like, there's not a lot of people here. Their Facebook is big, but they have access to all these, like, high-profile people and are posting all this stuff. I'm not mad by any means. I want to stress that I'm not upset about it or mad. It's just, like, they came out of nowhere. They have all this cool stuff, so people are wondering who they are, and we can't find that information. Their website's not up to date. Their social media is lacking, except for Facebook. Yeah, it's just interesting to me. So a lot of people are saying, like, maybe these are just folks at Wizards of the Coast wanting to make videos. If that's the case, though, it does have some people from forums and things that I've read is like, well, you know, other people are trying to do this to, like, provide interesting content like this, but you guys are kind of making it, I don't want to say not necessary, and everybody has their own opinions and styles, and people like that, but, I don't know. It's just weird. Like I said, came out of nowhere. Alright, moving on. Dungeon Chess, we talked about this. This is the VR Dungeons & Dragons chess game. It is now released on Oculus. You can go ahead and pick it up right now for $10. I just wanted to call that out. Emmy Tanji and Kate Irwin are there. I believe these are the folks from... I thought they were on last week for doing WizKids stuff. Maybe I made that up. But they are on to talk about the art design for Tales from the Yawning Portal. And the lore you should know is all about flumps, which is awesome because I love me some flumps. And here you go. And I like this new thing they've been doing with bibliography for the lore you should know, like Fiend Folio, Castle Greyhawk, Dragon 246, Ecology of the Flump, Monster Manual 5th edition, and then Greg Tito's Silly Flump Adventure in the Underdark, which was from Extra Life 2015. Very cool stuff. And lastly, this really cool thing here on Lucidchart.com It is for maybe if you're looking to get new folks into D&D, or you're just not sure and curious of kind of what you shake out as. It is a breakdown and a flowchart of what 5th edition character class should you play. So, how do I react to danger? I don't mind charging in, I deal with it from a safe distance, and so on. You can see as you kind of go through, make your choices: Ranger, Rogue, Bard, Fighter, Warlock, Monk, Sorcerer, Wizard, Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Barbarian. So there you go. Again, all of the things that you've seen are available. There's also one for which race you should play as well down here. Which race should you pick? And then again, you can see there's other things like what Zelda item should you use, and blah blah blah. But you get the point. You can check this out. All the links to these and everything I've talked about are available in the description below if you are curious. So let's end this video here. What do we got for you guys here? Well, first of all, right below me is the subscription button. We are fastly approaching, quickly, I always say fastly, I'm not even sure if that's technically a word, the 2,000 subscriber mark here on YouTube, which I am super pumped about. There will be giveaways and things. We've done a lot of cool stuff in the past, giving away dice and books and custom items. We shall see. You can click subscribe there so you can stay up to date, but make sure you also click the little notification bell under these videos here, kind of on the right side. That will make sure that our videos always show up on your YouTube. So, what do we have here? We have Out of the Abyss at the top here. This is our Tuesday night, our weekly game, playing through the pre-written campaign. We're trying to go through and play through all of them just to get that content on the channel. You guys seem to like it, and we enjoy playing it. So Sean is running this game. This past week, we finished up our time in Manoldirith, had some genocide type moments there where we took out an entire race of creatures. I don't know. And then also had negotiations with some sketchy folks. Maybe it's worth checking out. In the middle here, Horde of the Dragon Queen. This is every other Monday, so this will not be the day when you're watching this video, but the following day. This is our lady group, the Belladonnas, heading to the from Scornabel to the city of Elturel, where they meet some interesting characters as they await to see where they need to go and join up with this mission to put a smash and a stop to the Cult of the Dragon and stop them from raising Tiamat. Down on the bottom is Curse of Strahd. This is a fairly infrequently played game. We play these sort of when we have an opportunity to get everybody together, typically on Sundays. This, what you're going to see down there, is our first ever live streamed game of Curse of Strahd. We did one whole season, and unfortunately things didn't go well for that party, so we started a second season. This time we meet Blinsky, the toy maker, which is a whole interesting fiasco, and then we decide that it's a good idea to take on 6 vampires at once as a team of 4 5th level characters. Do we survive? We haven't had very much luck in Curse of Strahd so far. You'll have to check out the video to find out. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this. There's going to be a Curse of Strahd coming up live on Sunday the 30th, Horde of the Dragon Queen on the 1st, and Out of the Abyss on the 2nd. There will also be an Out of the Abyss tomorrow on the 25th. Be on the lookout for that. We're going to have a special guest, and our artist for most of the stuff here on the channel will be coming out here to visit in person, and she will be playing in a lot of these games as well. So if any of that interests you, be sure to stay tuned here on YouTube as well as on Twitch, where we are approaching 600 subscribers, which will unlock critical hit, critical miss tables for all of our live streams. So, guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.